For us comic book collectors, we love to collect these books, but is every single book that you have in a collection as important as the other book? Let's talk about this. Hey YouTube, it's Matt here. And like I talked about, there are different books in our collection, but is each and every single book just as important to us as collectors? What made me really think about this? I saw an Instagram post from a great YouTuber, Bry's Comics. Guys, check out Bry's Comics YouTube channel. Check out his Instagram. The guy's putting out a lot of great content. He put out an Instagram post. It got me thinking. What he did was he offered two really nice books up for a trade. Now, these books were Tales of Suspense number 39, the first appearance of Iron Man, and also Fantastic Four number 1. Now, I was really stoked about this. I'm like, my gosh, I get a chance to get a serious Grail or two in the collection. What he was looking to do, I think, was to find books that he would be able to sell quicker than some of these big books. Because some of these books, guys, the price is up there pretty high. It's hard to find a seller, especially in the economy as it is today, who's willing to shell out that kind of cash for a comic book. So I think he was looking for more sellable books in exchange for these, honestly, pretty big keys. This was a great opportunity. The problem was I was at work, and I couldn't get a list of books ready in time before somebody had claimed it, okay? But it really got me thinking about this. Is every book in my collection on a wall, does every book mean the exact same to me? Are there some books that I'm never planning on getting rid of? Absolutely, there are books that I want to keep in my collection and honestly pass down. I have been hunting them. They're grails, if you will. Okay, I was told once that keys are important books for first appearances, storyline, artist, writer, stuff like that. Those are keys. But grails could be whatever you want. A grail could be the very first comic book you ever owned because it means something to you. It is your grail. Well, guys, I have books in my collection that I have zero thoughts of ever getting rid of. And then there's other books that, while I may like them, while I may have sought after these books for whatever reason, I could see myself parting in exchange for a book that really might be a grail. Now guys, I am trying to find those Silver Age keys. Honestly, some of them are out of my price range. I never see myself having the ability to reach out and grab those books. But you know what? The hunt is a part of the fun for me. Tales of Suspense 39. Guys, that is one of those books that if you are a true collector, you want to get that key and grail for a lot of people. It is one of my pseudo grails that I want. I want to get the first appearance Silver Age classic books, okay? So I started thinking about this. I need to make a list. I need to make a list of books that I am willing to get rid of, to trade, in order to get a grail that I would want. So, like I said, some of these books are out of my price range, but it doesn't mean that I still don't want them. I just have to figure out how to make the collection fund itself, how to make the hobby pay for itself. Well, I got some books here, and I'm going to start talking about some rationale between these books. Guys, I got a book right here. This is a grail for me. My two favorite characters are Conan and Spider-Man. I kind of thought about this. I'm like, you can see there's some Spider-Man books behind me that I really don't want to get rid of, okay? Now, Conan books, they follow under the same thing. So in my list of books that I'm willing to part with, anything Conan, anything Spider-Man, off limits, okay? But even Spider-Man, I don't know. There may be a Spider-Man book or two that I'm willing to exchange for a bigger book. Now, Spawn. Guys, I love Spawn. I have a complete run of Spawn. because I don't just have the main title Spawn. I have Middle Ages Spawn. I have Curse of Spawn. I have... If there was a Todd McFarlane Spawn title that came out in the 90s, early 2000s, I own a full run of it, with the exception of one. There was a series, Sam and Twitch. I let a friend borrow those books to read them, and I never got them back. But, whatever. The friend ended up moving away. Never got them, but I do like Spawn. But I have another plan with Spawn. I can absolutely see myself parting with some of these key books. This book happened to be Spawn 174, the first appearance of Gunslinger Spawn, a book that caught a lot of heat in the last year or two. But I could, right now, I love Spawn. I don't want to get rid of it, but I do have a plan with my Spawn books. I want to get all of the Spawn books, and I have them all, but I want to get them graded so that I can flip a whole lot of them for one specific book. And guys, I want you to guess, put it down in the comments. I'm a Spider-Man fan. I want to take my entire Spawn collection and convert it into another single book. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, what would a single big Spider-Man book be? Yeah, you can talk about it in the comments. Now guys, this book right here, this is Silver Surfer number 4. This is Silver Surfer going down, and he is having a battle with Thor on the Rainbow Bridge. Classic John Buscema art. An amazing book in comic book collecting, okay? 1968. Guys, while I love this book, John Buscema is my favorite artist. This book is honestly a book that I covet. This is a book that I absolutely love having in a collection. But is this a book that I could see myself trading for a first appearance Silver Age book? Absolutely. This is one of those books that I'm talking about. While I may love it, and guys, I bought it specifically because I really, really like that cover, I could see myself letting that book go for a bigger purpose. Now, this is Daredevil number 1. This is not Spider-Man. This is not Conan. But I'm not going to get rid of this book because if I'm going after Silver Age first appearances, isn't this one of them? Yes, this is an example of a book that I'm not going to get rid of, okay? This book's staying in a collection unless I find a higher grade or something to that effect. This book is staying in a collection long term. I like that book. Yeah, it's one of those books I'm keeping because, well, it's the whole point of me collecting, at least for me. Every collector collects for their own reasons, for their own enjoyment, their own method. Me, I want the Silver Age first appearances. Conan book, you guessed it. This one's staying in a collection long term. Submariner number 1, signed by great Roy Thomas. Where is it at? Here's the signature, okay? Wow, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. But anyhow, this is a book. This is not a first appearance. This is not even a Silver Age first appearance. This is one of those kind of key books. Number 1, Submariner, 1968. Yeah, this book can go. I would absolutely trade this book in order to get a, quote, bigger book, but a different book, okay? First appearance, okay? Dr. Aphra. This character has a lot of promise. This character will be hitting live action one of these days. And people will understand just how cool of a character Dr. Aphra is. Yes, I would absolutely trade this book for a first appearance of Iron Man or first Fantastic Four. Now, this book, it's honestly not worth anything. It's a Franzetta series put out by Dark Horse. You know, it's a cool Conan book, but I want the Conan book. So, heck, this is staying in a collection. And this is another example of Spawn. It's not really worth anything, okay? I'm not saying anything, but it's not high value. But it's one of those books that I want to bundle up whenever I go for my big trade or trade-off. I'll probably sell them and then use the proceeds in order to buy that one single book that I hope people put down in the comments. If not, whatever. But, guys, so what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be making a list. books I'm willing to part with, and books that I'll never part with. That way, if I ever see a trade offer come out, I will be able to instantly put out there what I'm willing to trade. And guys, trades go two ways. The other person, they might not want the books that I have. They might want the books that I have. But either way, I want to be ready if I ever see a trade offer like the one that I saw from Bry's Comics. So guys, I hope you like this talk. I hope you like this thought about ways to collect, different avenues to it. But if you do, hit that thumbs up, put a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. I want to thank everybody for watching, and you have a great day.